The Zika virus is spread by the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which also carries dengue fever and yellow fever. It was first discovered in Africa in the 1940s, but it's now spreading in Latin America. Pregnant women should be careful not to be bitten by mosquitoes with Zika virus. Scientists say there is growing evidence of a link between Zika virus and microcephaly that leads to babies being born with small heads. The Zika virus can lead to fever and rash. Most people show no symptoms, and there's no known cure. The only way to fight Zika is to clear stagnant water where mosquitoes breed and to protect against mosquito bites. Question number 1. What do Zika and dengue virus have in common? Letter A. Both viruses were both discovered in Asia. Letter B. Both viruses are harmless and can be cured easily. Letter C. Both viruses are caused by Aedes aegypti mosquitoes. Letter D. Both viruses are transmitted through sneezing and coughing. Our answer is letter C. Both viruses are caused by Aedes aegypti mosquitoes. Number 2. Why should pregnant women be careful of the Aedes aegypti mosquitoes? Letter A. Pregnant women are more prone to Zika virus. Letter B. The virus can instantly kill a baby and a pregnant woman. Letter C. The virus can lead to microcephaly among pregnant women. Letter D. The virus causes birth defects in babies born to infected pregnant women. Our answer is letter D. The virus causes birth defects in babies born to infected pregnant women. Number 3. What could happen if one travels to a place where there is a Zika virus outbreak? Letter A. The person is at risk of getting the Zika virus. Letter B. The person can contract the virus and die in a few days' time. Letter C. The person will not, sorry for the typo error, contract the virus if vaccinated months before. Letter D. There is a slim possibility of getting infected if one consults a doctor before traveling. And our answer is letter A. Obviously, the person is at risk of getting the Zika virus. Okay, so let's read the next stem. A new study finds that a tiny adhesive sensor can read what's going in your body based on your sweat and relay information about your well-being wirelessly to assess people's health. Doctors can use sweat to diagnose a certain diseases and uncover drug use to reveal insight into athletic performance. Sweat can also be gathered far less invasively than blood. For instance, the sensor can show how people are responding to exercise, including whether someone needs to make adjustments such as drinking more water or replenishing electrolytes. Question number 4, based from that stem, which information explains how a tiny adhesive sensor is used to know one's health status? Letter A. Sweating can be lessened using a tiny adhesive sensor. Letter B. The tiny adhesive sensor can be used to take blood samples invasively. Letter C. Doctors can use the adhesive sensor and take a sample of sweat to assess a person's condition. And letter D, one's blood pressure and heartbeat can be diagnosed through the tiny adhesive sensor in a smartphone. Our answer for number 4 is letter C. Doctors can use the adhesive sensor and take a sample of sweat to assess a person's condition. Number 5, still based from that stem. Which pattern of organization was used by the writer? Letter A, narration. Letter B, description. Letter C, cause and effect. Letter D, comparison and contrast. Our answer is letter B, description. Number 6. Which of the following shows the correct sequence of the information presented in the text? Our answer is letter B. That is the tiny adhesive sensors feature, followed by the tiny adhesive sensors potential use in the future, the tiny adhesive sensors clinical use, and specific example how the tiny adhesive sensor can be used clinically. Another STEM. Maturity is the capacity to face unpleasantness, frustration, discomfort, and defeat without complaint. Maturity is humility. It is being big enough to say, I was wrong. And when right, a mature person doesn't need to experience the satisfaction of saying, I told you so. Maturity is the ability to make a decision and stand by it. The immature person spends his or her life exploring possibilities, then does nothing. Being mature is taking responsibility for one's action. A mature person also sticks to whether decision he or she makes, especially if it is what he or she believes to be right. Number 7 question based from that stem. Which of the following is the best support to the claim mature people are responsible? Letter A, they accept their fault. Letter B, they are indifferent to defeat. Letter C, they are reluctant to accept blame. Letter D, they tend to depend on their action. Our answer for number 7 is letter A, they accept their fault. Number 9, based on that stem still. Based on the passage, what is one characteristic of being a mature person? Letter A, exploring new possibilities without setting on a decision. Letter B, needing to tell others, I told you so, when proven correct. Letter C, spending life contemplating possibilities without action. Letter D, making a decision and persisting with it, especially if it's believed to be right. And our answer for letter number 8 is letter D, making a decision and persisting with it, especially if it's believed to be right. And our last number based from that stem, what conclusion can be drawn from the selection? Mature people are self-reliant rather than dependent. Letter B, mature involves facing circumstances with resilience. Letter C, mature people are capable of responsible thought and action. Letter D, maturity includes considering the consequences of one's action. And our answer for number 9 is letter C. Mature people are capable of responsible thought and action.